Okay, we're at 6325 Anvil Road, and once again, just a peek down the sidewalk each direction so you get a feel for the neighborhood. And it looks pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to just walk into the back here, if we can get this gate open, and have a look at the back first before we go in through the front door. And we'll get the front door in a moment, as long as we can get in here. It looks pretty tight. I don't know if this is going to... Okay. Well, okay, so I can push it a little and get in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I see that the fence has suffered some catastrophe in the back. Definitely am going to need to, or definitely would need to get that replaced. Now, it doesn't look like that fence actually belongs to you. It looks like it belongs to, or to this property, I should say. It looks like it belongs to the people behind you. But since the fence is blown in this way, I think there's a responsibility here for whoever ends up with this house to replace it. So we've got this brick paver patio here. There is a little door to get out to it. A couple of them actually, which is nice. I'm looking at the paint and the siding, and it looks pretty clean, and I don't see too much dry rot. The trim for the roof looks good, which makes me think that the roof might be relatively new. In fact, that trim looks new, so I'm going to say right now that roof is new on there, which is definitely a plus in Florida. The AC compressor, it's not new, but it's not looking bad either. Definitely could be worse. There's a lot going on here for plumbing on the outside of the house, which makes me think maybe there was some repiping that was done, and they had to do that on the outside simply because they couldn't get underneath, which is strange because we definitely have a crawl space. The crawl space entrance is supposed to be sealed so that no animals will get in there. Obviously, this little piece of plastic that they had has fallen down and it no longer is sufficient. I would suggest that if you end up with this place, that you get a piece to fit in there tightly, and then work a hinge or some kind of a locking mechanism, keep that in place. And you know, if you need, and I'm helping you with it, I'd be happy to show you what to do there. So we're going to look at the other side here. Now, we've got some fallen tree branches, and the gate on this side definitely looks like it needs some repair. The fence post really is the problem. The gate looks good, but this fence post here, as you can see on the left is really tilted, and whether that's because it was struck by falling debris or what, I'm not sure. It was in concrete. Oh, see, now it's really, yeah, it's really loose. So it just did not get installed correctly. That's the problem. And so this gate would need to come off. That fence post would need to come out, and that hole redug, and the fence post put in properly for that gate in order to correct that. Now, you also still have some, or you should have some additional fence damage. Now, we looked at that, but you also have from this neighbor as well, where the fence is coming down into your yard, or actually this is your fence. So your fence, because I see the chain link on the other side, your fence is coming down into your yard here. So pretty good amount of fencing repair to do. You've got this nice little shed here. Looks nice and clean. Aluminum siding. Floor is raised plywood. I don't know what's underneath it, but it feels secure. Big roll-up door. There is definitely power here. Nice little workshop. So if you weren't aware of that, it's definitely a bonus. Looks really nice. As far as the condition of the materials that the shed was built from, it can't be that old. Or if it is, they did a great job of keeping it up. Somebody's done a lot of woodwork in here by the sawdust that I see. Now that is really actually an issue. The sawdust will attract all sorts of things. In fact, you've got a bunch of boring beetles in there right now that are enjoying that sawdust. And those boring beetles, you know what's going to happen with those guys is that they are going to eat the rst of the wood that's in here, and that's going to cause you nothing but trouble. So you definitely want to take care of them if you end up with the place once again. I know it's just the shed, but who wants your shed to be falling down, Get the boring beetles out and call it good. There is a nice big door that's open. This is like a 36 or a 40-inch door. It's really huge. And nice and clean on both sides. It looks good. I like the shed. All right, so we're going to walk back around to the front and hit that front door. And then we'll pick it up from there.